Every minute, the UK loses over 400 residents to migration. Entire neighborhoods are being abandoned, businesses are shutting down, and once thriving communities are now fighting to survive. But why is this happening, and what does it mean for the future of these cities? From the ghostly seaside promenades of Blackpool to the fading industrial heart of Middlesbrough, some of the UK's most iconic cities are crumbling before our eyes. Jobs are disappearing, poverty rates are skyrocketing, and urban decay is spreading like wildfire. The changes are so dramatic that experts are warning, if you're living in these cities, you might need to rethink your future. But here's the twist, not all is lost. While some cities are fighting a losing battle, others are on the verge of incredible transformations. What's causing these rapid shifts? And could your city be next on the list? In this video, we'll uncover the 10 fastest collapsing cities in the UK. Some of these names might surprise you, some might hit a little too close to home, but one thing's for sure, what we're about to reveal might make you think twice about where you live or where you plan to move next. Watch the complete video until the end because the final city on this list could be the most shocking of all. Are you ready to face the truth? Let's dive in. Number 10. Aberdeen, Scotland. Aberdeen, often called the Granite City, has long been a symbol of wealth and prosperity in Scotland. Known for its stunning architecture and strong ties to the North Sea oil industry, it was once the backbone of the UK's energy sector. But today, this proud city is facing challenges that are causing it to rapidly decline. The biggest culprit? The downturn in the oil and gas industry. Aberdeen's economy was heavily reliant on oil production, but as global demand shifts toward renewable energy and the industry faces stricter environmental regulations, jobs are vanishing. In fact, over the past decade, thousands of positions in the sector have been lost, leaving families struggling to make ends meet. The city's housing market reflects this economic uncertainty. Property prices have dropped significantly, with many homes sitting empty as people move elsewhere in search of better opportunities. Businesses too are feeling the pinch. Local shops and restaurants that once thrived on the spending power of oil workers are now shuttering their doors. Adding to Aberdeen's woes is the difficulty of transitioning to a more diversified economy. While efforts are being made to invest in technology, education, and renewable energy, progress has been slow. Critics argue that the city was too reliant on oil for too long, leaving it unprepared for such a dramatic shift. Despite these challenges, there is hope. Aberdeen is pouring resources into innovation hubs and green energy projects, aiming to reclaim its place as a leading city. But for now, the road ahead remains uncertain, and many residents are questioning whether the city can recover from its economic collapse. Could Aberdeen's struggles serve as a warning for other cities heavily dependent on a single industry? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Number 9. Newport, Wales. Nestled on the banks of the River Usk, Newport was once a bustling hub of industry and trade in Wales. Known for its rich history in coal and steel exports, the city played a crucial role in powering Britain's economy. But today, Newport finds itself grappling with economic stagnation, urban decline, and an uncertain future. One of the key issues facing Newport is its struggle to compete with larger cities nearby, such as Cardiff and Bristol. Many residents are choosing to commute to these cities for better job opportunities, leaving Newport's local economy weakened. This brain drain has resulted in fewer skilled workers staying in the city, which in turn makes it harder for businesses to thrive. Infrastructure is another challenge. While Newport has made attempts to modernize with projects like the Friars Walk shopping centre, public transport and urban planning remain inadequate for its growing population. Congested roads and limited transit options make it difficult for people to navigate the city efficiently, deterring potential investors and residents alike. Adding to this is the lack of economic diversity. With fewer industries to rely on, the city has become vulnerable to external economic shifts. High street shops are closing at an alarming rate, and once vibrant areas are now filled with boarded-up storefronts. Despite these setbacks, Newport does have potential. Its strategic location between major cities and ongoing redevelopment projects could bring new opportunities. However, the city needs to act swiftly to address its structural issues before more residents and businesses decide to leave. Can Newport reinvent itself and reclaim its status as a thriving city, or will it continue to fade into obscurity? Stay tuned as we uncover more about the UK's fastest collapsing cities. Number 8. Coventry, England. Once a shining beacon of industrial prowess, Coventry is a city with a proud history of manufacturing and innovation. Known as the birthplace of the British motor industry, it played a key role in shaping the UK's economy during the 20th century. But today, Coventry faces challenges that threaten its ability to thrive, earning it a spot on this list of the UK's fastest collapsing cities. One of Coventry's most pressing issues is its declining manufacturing base. Once a global leader in car production, the city has struggled to adapt as many factories have shut down or moved operations overseas. This has left thousands of skilled workers unemployed, creating ripple effects across the local economy. Urban planning has also become a major point of contention. While Coventry has invested in modernization efforts, critics argue that the city's redevelopment projects often fail to address the needs of its residents. For example, new buildings and public spaces may look impressive, but they don't always provide the affordable housing or community infrastructure that people need most. Another concern is Coventry's image problem. Despite being named the UK's City of Culture in 2021, the city still battles negative perceptions. High crime rates, struggling schools, and socio-economic inequality are persistent issues that deter potential investors and new residents. However, Coventry isn't giving up. The city is making strides in areas like education and green technology, aiming to attract a new wave of talent and businesses. Universities like Coventry University and the University of Warwick are central to these efforts, driving innovation and collaboration. The question is, can Coventry reinvent itself fast enough to avoid further decline, or will it remain trapped in the shadow of its former glory? Number 7. Bradford, England. Once celebrated as the wool capital of the world, Bradford in West Yorkshire was a cornerstone of Britain's Industrial Revolution. However, this vibrant past now feels like a distant memory as the city struggles with economic stagnation, population pressures, and social inequality. A key issue is Bradford's high poverty rate, which ranks among the worst in the UK. Many residents face limited access to quality education and job opportunities, trapping generations in a cycle of economic hardship. The city's unemployment rate remains stubbornly high, with few prospects for the younger population. Underfunded schools and limited career pathways only exacerbate the problem, forcing many skilled individuals to leave in search of better opportunities elsewhere. Housing is another critical concern. Bradford is grappling with overcrowding and poor quality housing as demand far outstrips supply. Many families are crammed into substandard homes, while others face long waits for affordable housing. This strain not only impacts residents' quality of life, but also hinders the city's ability to attract new businesses and investors. Despite these challenges, Bradford does have a diverse cultural heritage and significant potential for regeneration. In recent years, the city has seen efforts to invest in its art scene and tourism, such as the revitalization of City Park and its bid to become a cultural hub. However, these projects often fail to address the deeper socio-economic issues that hold the city back. Can Bradford overcome its deep-rooted inequalities and regain its footing as a thriving urban centre? Or will its problems continue to drive people and businesses away? The road ahead is uncertain, but one thing is clear. Bradford needs bold solutions to reclaim its place as one of the UK's great cities. What do you think? Share your thoughts below. Number 6. Luton, England. Luton, once a thriving industrial town known for its hat-making heritage and later as a hub for car manufacturing, is now grappling with significant challenges. This commuter town, located just 30 miles from London, has seen a dramatic shift in fortunes that has placed it on this list of the UK's fastest collapsing cities. One of Luton's biggest issues is its over-reliance on specific industries. The town's economy was heavily tied to car manufacturing for decades, but as factories closed and production moved abroad, Luton struggled to adapt. Although the London Luton Airport provides jobs and boosts the local economy, it hasn't been enough to offset the decline in other sectors, leaving many residents in precarious financial situations. Rising living costs are adding to the pressure. Despite being considered an affordable alternative to London, Luton is seeing housing prices soar, pushing many locals out of the market. Renters are also facing higher costs, creating a housing crisis that leaves low-income families with limited options. Social issues are another concern. Luton consistently ranks low on quality of life surveys, with residents citing concerns about crime rates, overcrowded schools, and overstretched public services. The town's rapid population growth has placed immense pressure on infrastructure, leaving many feeling the effects of a lack of long-term planning. However, Luton isn't without hope. Its diverse and entrepreneurial population is a strength, and there are efforts to revitalize the town through investments in education, housing, and business development. The question remains whether these initiatives can succeed quickly enough to reverse its decline. Will Luton's proximity to London and its cultural vibrancy be enough to pull it out of this downward spiral? We put countless hours into creating videos like this to bring you unique insights and engaging content. If you found this video helpful or thought-provoking, let us know your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel. It's just one click, but it means the world to us. Number 5. Hull, England. Hull, officially known as Kingston upon Hull, has a rich maritime history and was once a bustling port city driving trade across the North Sea. However, in recent years, Hull has faced a series of challenges that have placed it firmly on the list of the UK's fastest collapsing cities. The city's struggles began with the decline of its fishing and shipping industries, which were the lifeblood of Hull's economy for centuries. As global trade patterns shifted and larger ports elsewhere grew in prominence, Hull's docks saw less activity. This economic downturn resulted in widespread unemployment, leaving many residents without stable income or opportunities. Today, Hull faces ongoing issues with poverty and inequality. The city has one of the highest unemployment rates in the UK, and many neighbourhoods are marked by deprivation and decaying infrastructure. Efforts to revitalize the local economy, such as investments in renewable energy projects, have shown promise but have yet to significantly improve life for most residents. Education and housing are also major concerns. Many schools in Hull struggle with low performance, and young people often leave the city for better opportunities elsewhere. Meanwhile, a lack of affordable housing and poorly maintained properties have created a housing crisis that adds to the city's woes. However, Hull isn't without hope. It was named the UK City of Culture in 2017, bringing attention to its vibrant art scene and community spirit. This recognition has spurred some regeneration projects, but the city still has a long way to go. Can Hull leverage its cultural assets and emerging industries to overcome its challenges, or will it continue to struggle against the tide? Number 4. Sunderland, England. Sunderland, once the shipbuilding capital of the world, was a city synonymous with industrial strength and innovation. Its mighty shipyards and coal mines drove its economy for decades, providing thousands of jobs and making it a vital part of the UK's industrial fabric. But as these industries faded, Sunderland began to unravel, facing a steep economic and social decline. One of Sunderland's biggest challenges is its overdependence on a few key industries, particularly automotive manufacturing. While the Nissan car plant has been a major employer for years, the industry's growing reliance on automation and the uncertainty surrounding Brexit have left the city vulnerable to job losses. The plant's importance to the local economy means that any downturn in production could have devastating ripple effects. Urban decline is another pressing issue. Many neighbourhoods in Sunderland struggle with high unemployment rates, aging infrastructure, and limited public services. The city's once thriving high streets are now dotted with empty storefronts, a stark reminder of the economic hardships faced by local businesses. Educational attainment in Sunderland also lags behind the national average, making it harder for the city to attract new industries or develop a skilled workforce. Many young people choose to leave the area in search of better opportunities, further exacerbating the city's brain drain. Despite these challenges, Sunderland is taking steps to reinvent itself. Investments in digital technology, renewable energy, and urban regeneration projects show promise. The development of a new cultural quarter and events like the Sunderland Illuminations aim to boost tourism and civic pride. Will Sunderland's efforts be enough to rebuild its reputation and provide opportunities for its residents? Or will its struggles persist? We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Number 3. Middlesbrough, England. Middlesbrough, a town that once thrived as the Ironopolis of England, was a powerhouse of the Industrial Revolution. Its steelworks and shipbuilding industries were the backbone of its economy, and its workers played a pivotal role in shaping the UK's industrial heritage. However, as heavy industries declined in the late 20th century, Middlesbrough fell into a downward spiral that it has struggled to escape. One of the biggest challenges Middlesbrough faces today is economic deprivation. The closure of its steelworks in 2015 marked a turning point, leaving thousands of people without jobs and devastating the local economy. As businesses shut down and opportunities dwindled, the town saw rising poverty and unemployment rates, which remain among the highest in the UK. The urban landscape also tells a troubling story. Many parts of Middlesbrough are plagued by vacant buildings, crumbling infrastructure, and a lack of investment. Once vibrant high streets are now dotted with empty storefronts, creating a sense of decay that makes it difficult to attract new businesses or residents. Social issues compound the city's struggles. Middlesbrough has high rates of health problems, crime, and educational underachievement, which have become barriers to long-term growth. Many young people leave the town in search of better opportunities, contributing to a brain drain that further weakens its potential for recovery. Despite these setbacks, there are glimmers of hope. Investments in digital technology, cultural projects, and urban renewal could help the town begin a new chapter. Middlesbrough's ambitious plans for regeneration show promise, but the question remains, can these efforts be enough to reverse decades of decline? Is Middlesbrough a town on the brink of transformation, or is it destined to remain a symbol of industrial decay? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Number 2. Blackpool, England. Blackpool, once the crown jewel of British seaside resorts, was a magnet for millions of holidaymakers during its heyday. Known for its iconic Blackpool Tower, golden beaches, and vibrant nightlife, it was a bustling destination that symbolized fun and escapism. But today, Blackpool is a shadow of its former self, struggling with economic decline, social challenges, and urban decay. One of Blackpool's biggest issues is the collapse of its tourism industry. As overseas travel became more affordable, British holidaymakers began flocking to sunnier destinations, leaving Blackpool's economy heavily reliant on dwindling numbers of domestic tourists. Many once thriving attractions and hotels now sit abandoned or in disrepair, eroding the city's appeal. The town also grapples with high unemployment and poverty rates. Blackpool consistently ranks as one of the most deprived areas in the UK, with many residents relying on low-paying seasonal jobs. This lack of stable employment contributes to widespread social issues, including poor health outcomes and a growing housing crisis. Housing is another major problem. Many properties in Blackpool are substandard or overcrowded, with former bed and breakfasts converted into poorly managed housing for vulnerable residents. This has led to an increase in crime and antisocial behavior, tarnishing the town's image further. Despite these challenges, Blackpool is making efforts to turn things around. Investments in infrastructure, education, and entertainment aim to modernize the town and attract new visitors. The electrification of its railways and the refurbishment of the winter gardens are signs of progress, but there's still a long way to go. Can Blackpool rise again as a modern seaside destination, or will its glory days remain a distant memory? Number 1. Stoke-on-Trent, England. Stoke-on-Trent, often referred to as the Potteries, was once the beating heart of Britain's ceramics industry. Its world-renowned pottery production put it on the map, and for centuries, the city thrived on the back of its skilled workforce and industrial prowess. But as global competition intensified and manufacturing jobs moved overseas, Stoke-on-Trent's fortunes began to decline, leaving it at the top of this list of the UK's fastest collapsing cities. The city's biggest challenge is its economic stagnation. The decline of the pottery industry hit Stoke hard, leading to the loss of thousands of jobs. While some ceramic manufacturers remain, they employ only a fraction of the workforce that once powered the city. Unemployment and low wages have become widespread issues, contributing to a cycle of poverty that many residents find hard to break. Urban decay is a visible reminder of Stoke's struggles. The city is dotted with abandoned factories, derelict buildings, and underused spaces, creating a sense of neglect. Public services, including transport infrastructure, often fall short of residents' needs, making it harder to attract new businesses or investment. Stoke-on-Trent also faces challenges in education and skills development. The city consistently ranks low in terms of educational attainment, limiting opportunities for young people and contributing to a brain drain as talented individuals move away for better prospects. Despite these struggles, Stoke-on-Trent has potential for regeneration. The city is making efforts to diversify its economy by investing in creative industries, technology, and urban renewal projects. Initiatives to preserve its cultural heritage, such as promoting the ceramics industry as part of its tourism strategy, offer hope for a brighter future. Will Stoke-on-Trent reclaim its former glory, or will it remain trapped in the shadow of its industrial past? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. The stories of these cities paint a vivid picture of how economic shifts, industrial decline, and urban challenges can drastically alter the fortunes of even the most iconic places. From the seaside resorts of Blackpool to the industrial heartlands of Stoke-on-Trent, these cities were once thriving hubs of culture, commerce, and innovation. Today, they face mounting challenges that impact not only their economies but also the lives of their residents. Each city on this list tells a unique story of resilience amidst adversity. While Aberdeen battles the consequences of a declining oil industry, Coventry struggles to reinvent its urban landscape. Meanwhile, Middlesbrough and Bradford wrestle with poverty and inequality, and Blackpool fights to restore its status as a beloved tourist destination. But there is hope. Across the board, efforts are being made to invest in infrastructure, education, and innovation, offering the potential for a brighter future. The lessons from these cities are not just about loss, they are also about opportunity, the chance to adapt, innovate, and rebuild. Whether these cities can overcome their challenges depends on a combination of bold leadership, strategic investments, and the resilience of their communities. One thing is clear, the journey of these cities is far from over. Their stories are a reminder of how interconnected economic trends and local decisions can shape our shared future. These stories are not just about decline, they are about the resilience and potential that lie within every community. If you live in one of these cities or have a connection to them, we'd love to hear your perspective. What do you think can be done to turn things around? At the heart of this discussion is a deeper question. What does the future hold for these cities and their residents? By shining a light on these challenges, we hope to inspire awareness, action, and change. Thank you for watching. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you live in one of these cities or have you seen similar trends elsewhere? Let us know in the comments below, and don't stop here. Check out our previous videos on 10 countries where Britishers are not allowed in 2025 and why immigrants are leaving the UK in record numbers. For even more eye-opening insights, we put countless hours into making these videos, so please support us by subscribing. It's just one click and it means the world to us.